there, starlings. Welcome to my sector of the universe. This is Jasmine Capella Wellness, here to help you step into your truth and star into your power. For those of you who've never been here before, welcome. Thank you for being here for the first time. I'm so glad you're here. For those of you who are returning, I know it's been a while, but I was not called to do these readings until today. And the full moon in Virgo is coming up, so there's something significant that the Divine Masculine Collective and the Divine Feminine Collective needed to hear. Some stuff they need to hear at this time. So thank you for returning. For those of my subscribers, thank you so much for your love, your loyalty, and support. I cannot thank you enough. All right, so I want to make one mention. If you didn't hear in my Divine Feminine reading, I am offering my Capella class of reintegrating the Divine Masculine. It's really going to help you with getting into balance with those energies. And when you're fully embodying Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine, you have achieved union with self. If you want harmonious sacred union with your divine counterpart, that is a requirement before you're ready for harmonious sacred union. Okay, so that class is going to help you to not only reintegrate those divine masculine energies within you, it's going to help you to embody them on a daily basis to help you to stay balanced between your masculine and feminine energies, because we have masculine and feminine within us. We have to achieve that sacred balance first. And this class is going to help you to be more assertive. It's going to help you to not be afraid of making those choices with regards to what God is asking you to do, with regards to what it is you need to take action on. It's also going to help you to gain that strength within you to not be fearful of things, especially when it comes to trusting your intuition or seeking help from others, especially seeking help from, the Divine Feminine. It's going to help you move away from the distorted masculine within you and get you into integrating the Divine Masculine within you. So I'll talk more about that at the end of the video in case you're interested. If you would want to hop on over to CapellaWellness.com, it's underneath the coaching category of my Capella Service Suite. I do have a link that goes directly to the page so that you can look up more information about it, the days, the times, all that stuff. The link is in the description box below. All right. So I do also want to mention that this reading is not for the Divine Masculines or actually Divine Feminines to spy on the Divine Masculines. This is empowerment. This is encouragement. This is to talk about what is going on right now, what needs to be focused on in the Divine Masculine Collective, what the blocks are, or a block if it's just one block. And we're going to see what the full moon in Virgo is activating within the Divine Masculine Collective and what is going on with them, or what the full moon in Virgo is bringing them this time around. Okay, so we're gonna get right to it. I do not talk about how the Divine Masculine feels about you or anything like that, because that defeats the purpose. Wow, what's going on here is Knight of Wands. All right, so Divine Masculine, it's time for you to take action with whatever it is that God is telling you to do. You follow the light. You follow your path of truth. Take that risk. It's time to go after what it is that you want and to not give any fear. Because if we don't take action on what it is that we want, then our dreams are going to escape us. Our heart's desires are going to escape us, and they'll continue to be in the ether. So with this energy, the Knight of Wands, I don't know if you're a fire sign or there's some strong fire in your chart, or it could be that God is lighting the fire underneath your ass to get going, is what I just heard. But right now, Divine Masculine, there's this restlessness inside of you, and it's like, I'm hearing it's now or never. If I don't do this now, I'm never going to fulfill my dreams. I'm never going to fulfill my heart's desires. This could even be relocation for some of you. Remember, this is a collective reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't for somebody else who's watching this, but keep your own healthy ego at the door. And please be honest with yourself. Lack of integrity doesn't get us anywhere, all right? So some of you might actually be moving or relocating as we speak, or this is already passed, or you're about to. Or this could be for a small group of you, you are now ready to take action and head towards your Divine Feminine. All right? Because for a few of you, you are fully Divine Masculine here. And look how the sun's coming through. This is your card, divine masculine. Some of you are fully in these energies. You've healed the inner child. You're no longer questioning God. You're no longer questioning the world. You're no longer questioning what the heck happened in your life, or why the past happened, why XYZ happened. All right. This card is about no longer questioning anything, because you see the light of truth in everything. You see the light and the darkness. You understand that everything that happens, anything negative that happens, there's always something positive that comes as a result. You see clearly now here, divine masculine. You see the light of God, the light of truth. This is for a few, not for all. I'll go get to the other group again in a little bit. But there are a few of you here. You have fully embodying your true divine masculine Christ within. And because you've undergone this healing, you are no longer, you no longer have a distorted inner child. Your inner child is now divine. And you've balanced your feminine and masculine energies. And because you've done that, this is giving you the vitality, that life force. Your solar plexus chakra is lit up like crazy. You have this self-confidence, this self-esteem now to go forward and follow your truth, to go forward, to continue to healing with the divine feminine, to go forward with this fearlessness and optimism, and knowing that God, the light of God, is going to lead you to where you need to be. The sun also talks about a reconnection between like counterparts to twin flames. All right. So there are a few masculines here who are coming forward not only with the truth, but they are coming forward to their feminines to finish the healing between the two of them. That's why there is this reunion here. There's a reconnecting of the counterparts to finish the healing, because that's the part of the last phase here with both of you, the divine feminine, divine masculine, to complete the healing together. And then you start following your joint mission. Okay. The others of you, you really need to start taking action and building up those solar plexus energies, because some of your solar plexus chakra is blocked. This is really going to help you have more courage and confidence to move forward with what it is that God is asking you to do, what it is that you really want to be doing. Okay. And again, for like another, like, I don't know, 3-4 of you here, this is talking again about relocation. If you're getting the intuitive hit to move somewhere else, divine masculine, listen to your intuition. Listen to that guidance, because there's a reason for why you're being told to move. Okay. This could also be you're being told to move towards your divine feminine, so take it how it resonates. But the others, it's really about reintegrating your divine masculine here and just saying, you know what, I'm really going to step into this. I'm no longer going to be distorted. I now understand my true power, who I am on the inside. I'm now really going to be following the light of truth, the light of God more. This is about having this fire energy within you to feel more optimistic, to feel more playful, to feel more vibrant and vital. And this is action-oriented energy. This is about saying yes to God, saying yes to your purpose, saying yes to you becoming the ultimate provider, protector, because the stag is the provider, protector of the forest. All right. That is why this is a symbol for the divine masculine. So if you start seeing stags everywhere, that is a confirmation of this reading. And this is another message telling you for masculines, this is what your role is. This is what God has told you to do. That is part of the divine order, divine masculine, for you to be the ultimate provider and protector of the home, the divine feminine, and the family. Okay? So some of you may have had reservations about this, false programming about this, because of what society has conditioned you to believe and all that stuff. But this is part of the divine order. Again, with the divine masculine being the ultimate provider and protector of the home, the feminine, and the family. So some of you are starting to realize that now. All right. And God is asking you to not be afraid of holding this role, because for some masculines, it is a very daunting role because it's a lot. If you're supposed to be providing for not only yourself, but for other people and protecting, you have to have an incredible amount of strength, and you can't give in to fear. This is a fearless individual. All right, you can't give in to fear, you can't give in to second guessing, and you have to be able to not only trust your intuition, but to take action on it when your intuition says go, masculine, or says do this, or whatever this is. This having this role here, masculines, requires a lot of faith, a lot of trusting God. Again, this is a godly energy. This is because God is our source and supply, right? But as long as we have this communication and this connection with God, a very strong connection with God, that I mean by you, masculines, when the masculines have that strong connection with God, they now have that power to fulfill their role as the ultimate protector and provider. They now have the life force energy and that self-esteem and that strength of will to be this individual for the family, for the home, for the feminine. It's one thing in society that a lot of masculines have lost sight of, and that's why there's such imbalance in the world. And of course, there's too much distorted masculine, too much distorted feminine energies, you know, flooding the earth, they want me to say. But that doesn't mean that all hope is lost. It means that for those of you who are watching this, you are being called to be examples of a true divine masculine Christ and a true divine feminine Christ, because both, we have to embody both. But there's always one individual whose role is one of those energies. And usually the divine masculine's role, again, is the ultimate provider, protector. But this is about getting that strength through God, that life force energy through God, the light of God to help you move forward with taking action on what it is that you really, really want, and not being afraid of what's going to happen down the pike, not being afraid of the unknown, that type of thing. So this is beautiful energy. And this is also, this ties into the feminine reading, not being afraid and having that courage and confidence to move forward with your truth. This is truth right here. Okay? So the feminine reading is tying into this one too. Do not be afraid of taking action, moving forward with whatever truth you need to communicate, whatever truth God has revealed to you, whatever truth God is revealed to you with regards to your mission, your belief system, who you really are as an individual. Okay, so let's see what the masculines need to be focusing on at this time. What does the Divine Masculine Collective need to be focusing on at this time? Spirit guides and angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Sirians, please and thank you. Oh, thank you, Spirit. I think we have two for you guys. Oh, wow. We have Queen of Wands now. There's a lot of fire and the Lovers. Gemini energy. Maybe you're dealing with Gemini, but it doesn't have to be. You have your strong Gemini in your chart. Look what's at the bottom. Two of Swords. Do not be afraid of making that decision, Divine Masculine. Whatever decision this is, you have to face reality. You cannot avoid the situation anymore, and you cannot give in to fear that's preventing you from making this choice. You have to trust your intuition. Don't let your mind control you and get you to start second guessing and overthinking. Again, this is tying into the Divine Feminine reading. That's why if you haven't watched it yet, watch the Divine Feminine reading. This is really going to help supplement this Divine Masculine reading here. Okay, they had me peek at this. See, walk away from what doesn't serve you. It's a walk away from the past. I was talking about that. Don't let the past come back to haunt you. You know that this life that you were living is no longer serving you. It's time to go for what your heart is truly desiring, your happiness, your wish fulfillment, right? That's why you're taking action on that. Your heart knows there's something better for you. It's now time for you to take action on it and go after what it is that God is telling you is better for you. Don't put your head in the sand anymore, Divine Masculine. It's unnecessary. Your gut has really been guiding you to your truth. You know what your truth is. You know where your happiness lies. Again, with the Sun card. Oh, yeah. That's also with the Knight of the Wands energy. Taking action. Going after your happiness. You know where your happiness is, Divine Masculines. It's time for you to go after that. Your joy, your bliss. You know. You already know what that is. So stop putting your head in the sand. You have to stop avoiding the situation here and avoiding the truth. Okay? There's nothing to fear here at all, Divine Masculine. Nothing. That choice. There's a big choice you are making here. Either you're going to choose what is for your highest good, or you're going to go back to being distorted masculine. And your distorted masculine will start to creep in again, and you will continue to make unhealthy choices. This card for me, this is interesting because this is the light counterpart twin flame card. But if you remember in the Rider-Waite, for those of you who know tarot, we all know that the woman is looking at the angel, not at the man. But that doesn't mean that it's just women going to God, but you get the point. It's about humans going to God first and asking God, what decision do I make? And when you ask God, what decision do I make that's for my highest good? He tells you, do this, masculine. You listen to that and you take action what God is asking you to do without fear. You know what you want, Divine Masculine. You go after it. Because you have the light of truth here. You have the Ace of Wands. It's fire energy here. That's the light. That is the go for it card. The Ace of Wands is the go for it, yeah, energy. A renewed passion for love and life. She's very passionate. She's very excited. She's very confident and courageous. We have both the Knight and the Queen. She is able to manifest her heart's desires. She gets what she wants because she trusts in herself. She visualizes the success. She's the visionary. She says, you know what? I talked to God. God, you know, how should I go about handling the situation? Okay, Queen of Wands, you do this. All right, so I want to manifest this. God says, this is the choice you need to make. And because she's communicating with God, because she trusts her inner guidance, she goes after it. Especially if God has told her to make that decision. If God has told her to go for it, she's going to listen. And every time she does that, she gets whatever her heart desires. If she's desiring this deep soul connection, she'll go after it. Because she knows if God's bringing somebody to you, Divine Masculine, and especially this is you going after your Divine Feminine here, God's not just going to plop it in your lap. You have to take action. These are action-oriented cards here. But this is without giving fear, without giving into fear. This is now time for you, masculine, to go after this. This could very well be your Divine Feminine too. It's your energy and your Divine Feminine's energy. For some of you, not for all of you. You know this is your counterpart. You know there's a deep soul connection. You know this is your twin flame. You know that God has ordained this connection. your feminine is this queen of light. She is the she could very well be a successful businesswoman, or she does tarot, or she has a business where a lot of people love her. She's very charismatic. She's beautiful even, but she's more beautiful on the inside. Some, they're beautiful on the inside and beautiful outside. I'm not knocking on people, you know, beauty is all relative, right? It's really found within if we want to look at Beauty and the Beast. But this person's light within is shining so brightly on the outside, it's attracting all of these people. There's a lot of passion here. Holy cannoli. Some of you may have the divine masculine. You may have a lot of strong sexual energies or a lot of passion for your feminine, but you're afraid that you may go back to just focusing too much on the passion instead of like the deep soul connection. That's a fear for somebody. But again, we have the 8 of Cups here. You know that that's not the way to come forward to your feminine. It's okay to have that strong passion, because that's what this is. When you have that passion, it builds on that connection here. If there's no passion in a soul connection, in a relationship, you don't really have a lot. There's a lot of things that make a harmonious, successful, stable relationship, and passion is part of that. So there's like at least one masculine here who's afraid of the strong, passionate energies and desires that they've had for their feminine, because it did get them into trouble, right? It turned them into the Knight of Wands in the reverse, where they were sexually driven and all they could focus on was like the sexualness of the connection and the strong passion, the strong chemistry. But I believe some of you masculines have realized that even though you have that strong chemistry there, if there's no communication, Gemini energy, if there's no deep soul bond, it doesn't mean anything. This is a very strong, passionate, spiritual connection here. And for some of you, you know that this is what God is leading you to. Maybe you really wanted this all along. You really wanted to connect to someone on a deeper level. And maybe you did that before and you got burned. And maybe you just wanted to just have a relationship with somebody and just like, it was about sex. This is for somebody here. But for that person, you've realized that that is not what is going to bring you your happiness. Again, with that Sun card, there's divinity there. There's newness. There's God in the Sun card. So some of you, divine masculines, really have to stop overthinking this. Overthinking that this is a deep soul connection. You have to face the truth. Oh my gosh, my son's crazy. I'm also getting, for some of you divine masculines, this is about shining your light too. While you want this love here, you know that you have to elevate your vibration to the Queen of Wands and shine your light so that you can attract each other. Okay. Some of you need to really, it's taking action on this. And start realizing, well, if I can get to this Queen of Wands energy and shine my light and not dim mine, I'm going to get closer to God. I'm going to get closer to manifesting my heart's desires if I go into this without any fear. Because for some of the masculines, this connection has been very scary for them, especially with regards to probably understanding that this connection involves the divine masculine becoming the ultimate provider and protector. Again, that's a little bit of a daunting task for some of them. There's a lot of responsibility there. So some of you may have been avoiding this because of what God has shown you about this connection. Again, with this Two of Swords. You can't avoid the situation any longer, divine masculine. You know who your person is. You can't be afraid of the deep soul bond that you two have, let alone the strong chemistry that you guys have. Because again, there's a tremendous amount of passion between the two of you, tremendous amount of fire energy, chemistry here. You can't be afraid of that because you know deep down inside this is more spiritual than anything else. This is a very spiritual card too, because wands are about spirituality. Okay. But continue to make healthy choices for your highest good. Get into alignment with your Queen of Wands energy, the feminine side of you, where you understand your beauty, your handsomeness, your vitality, your strength, the courage, the confidence to do whatever your heart wants, whatever God is leading you towards. Go after that. There's a couple here who want to start their own business. Maybe a spiritually based business. Maybe, okay, this is coming out of left field. Somebody like wants to counsel other married couples, is what I heard. Based on what you've learned from this journey. That's what I'm hearing. That's for one person here at least. Okay. Getting people to have more divine marriages. Ooh, I like that. The divine couple is here. This is an excellent leader. Can be a teacher, can be a counselor. Great leadership. Yeah, there's somebody here who's aspiring, or the mission is involving counseling other couples to be an example of the true divine couple, the divine marriage here. So masculines, start making those healthy choices and ask God before you make a decision. Every decision, talk to God first, and God will tell you what decision to make. Yeah, get in alignment with your higher self. This is also about you focusing on your emotional healing. You get to union with self. You are now ready to manifest harmonious sacred union. Because this card talks about union with self, and it talks about completing your emotional healing before you are ready for this sacred union. All right, let's see what guidance we have for the divine masculines. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Syrians, please reveal to us for highest good. What guidance do we have for the divine masculine collective? Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Thank you. Look, divine connection. If you were doubting this, divine masculines, there it is. This really is a divine connection. You cannot avoid the truth. You have to face the reality, the type of connection that you are in. All right? Trust what your intuition is telling you. Can't keep putting your head in the sand with this connection anymore, divine masculine. There it is. It's really telling you twice. This is a divine connection. See? Acceptance. Self-acceptance, number 9 at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to read the book as I usually do. So let's read number 8. Oh, 8 and 9. See? Progression, progress, leveling up. Divine connection, the water lily, opens the crown chakra, raises awareness, and encourages enlightenment. Selenite, which is a crystal that will help you with this, supports connection with the divine. Instead of looking externally for guidance, which can be open to misinterpretation or put you at the mercy of someone else's agenda, focus on strengthening your own connection with the divine. That is your best, most reliable North Star, the guiding source that you can always follow, even through the darkest night. I look at my own North Star, and I look to my own North Star, and am guided by the truth of my spirit. I am complete in myself and confident in my connection with the divine. What did I talk about connecting to God? With the Sun card. Having that strong relationship with God, and there's also going to God with making those choices for your highest good right here. It's right there. Not only are you part of a divine connection, masculines, this is telling you to build that connection with the divine. Focus on strengthening your own connection with the divine. It says so right there. It's your best, most reliable North Star. There's something with a compass here or a North Star for somebody. Maybe somebody has a tattoo of a North Star or a compass or something along those lines. Follow. That's the light of truth. It's God. God is your North Star. It's always going to lead you home. Okay? When you're following what God tells you, you can do no wrong. It's what I was talking about, the energy of the Queen of Wands. She doesn't give in to fear because she's always following what God tells her. Self-acceptance. Number 9. Witch hazel harmonizes opposites and encourages the acceptance of individuality. Goldstone, which is another crystal that can help you with your healing, helps with attaining goals and recognizing one's value. See, that's reintegrating divine masculine, attaining the goals. The journey to self-acceptance can be challenging. Humans are contradictory creatures who seek order. Reconcile your seemingly opposing qualities and find the common root. Overcome society's brainwashing and accept that you are enough. You have value. The trek to achieve self-acceptance is worth it. You are worth it. I accept myself as I am. I recognize my contrary nature and revel in the creative chaos that is my soul. I am enough. See, there's something what I talked about with the role of the divine masculine, the ultimate provider and protector. Overcome society's brainwashing and accept that you are enough. Some divine masculines are having a complex with their actual role on this earthly plane is. All right. Let us see. Oh, man, that card fell. Let us see what is blocking you. What is blocking the divine masculine collective? Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian, Sirians, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. There we go. Oh, wow. We have paradigm shift. New experiences and integrating now. Materialization, growth, expansion, progression, cycles, and change. We talked about progression with the 8 and the 9 with the Earth Wisdom Oracle cards. Leveling up. Major paradigm shift, divine masculine, with who you really are, what role God has given you, and what this connection is, and what it means in your life. Okay. This type of deep soul connection and a light counterpart twin flame connection, the point is to get you closer to God. It is not to get you in union with your counterpart. It's to get you closer to God. Your counterpart is the catalyst, not just for your self-transformation, not just to get you on your path, but what God has revealed to me is for you to get closer to God. It's exactly what I went through. I had that epiphany because if it weren't for my meeting my divine masculine and everything that we went through on top of everything that I went through in my life, even after I got to union with self and even after I was fulfilling my life's purpose, doing my mission, every day it's gotten me closer to God. That is the point of this connection. Because when you have that strong connection with God, you can do no wrong. You will not give in to fear. You will not be afraid of taking action on things when God says go. You will not be afraid of speaking your truth. You will not be afraid of anything. At least I'm talking from my experience, okay? So there is a huge shift going on here. But this is the block, meaning masculines. You need to face reality and accept this change. Accept the role that God has given you in this connection. Accept the fact that not only is it a very passionate, intensely strong attraction, whatever, you know what I mean, connection, it's also a very deeply spiritual one. That's what God chose you, why God chose you to be in this. So you have to stop resisting the change. Stop avoiding it. God is trying to get you where he wants you to be. There is great abundance. There's great miracles and blessings that are waiting for you, Divine Masculine, if you just stop resisting this change and growing from this connection. It's challenging you with regards to your societal conditioning. Bottom of the deck is inner peace. Clearing past ancient trauma, physical, mental, and spiritual practices. Love the inner child. You got to clear what didn't serve you. Whatever happened in the past doesn't dictate your future, Divine Masculine. God has chosen you to be part of this connection to make some waves on this planet. You are going to be an example to others. And when you come into union with your counterpart and you start fulfilling your joint mission, you guys are going to be called to be an example of what is called the divine couple. Okay. But a lot of things are going to be changing for you here. So you can't avoid it anymore. You have to let God take control here and just trust in what God is doing with your expansion, with your growth, with your life's purpose. Okay, you have a higher mission here than what you think you do. And again, loving your inner child is going to be very important. That's what the Sun card. Moving from that distorted inner child and having the divine child within, healing the distorted into divine inner child. This also talks about be doing more spiritual practices to help you to get more in alignment with your higher self. Because some of you have these reservations about spirituality and or God himself. But again, this connection is here to get you closer to God, to strengthen your bond with God. Your life is definitely going to undergo a paradigm shift when you realize what God can do for you and how God plays an integral role in your life. I mean, we don't have anything if we don't have God. So for the Divine Masculines, that's going to be a very big eye-opener here. All right, let's see what this full moon in Virgo is activating in the Divine Masculine collective. Look at that. 7th chakra. I split it. Didn't we talk about the crown chakra? I think we did. Anyway, let's see. What is this full moon in Virgo activating in the Divine Masculine collective? Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. The 5th chakra, the energy of the throat chakra, supports our ability to communicate clearly and truthfully. Okay, so see, for those who are actually going to be approaching their divine feminine, because there is a sacred union here, can't avoid the truth anymore. No more throat chakra blockages. No more afraid of speaking your truth here. The full moon in Virgo is going to help you communicate your truth, communicate with the feminine here. All right, there may be somebody here, you're actually traveling to where your feminine is, and you're going to tell them the truth, like face to face, I'm hearing. So bottom of the deck is grace. The frequency of grace supports our smooth adaptation to and anticipation of life's currents and changes as we evolve toward a higher version of ourselves on this earthly plane, bridging the divine with the human essence. I will read number 5. I am expressive. That's funny because the divine feminines got the expression card in their reading. Hold on, they're having me read a particular part. They're having me skim through this. Okay, throat chakra and relationship. Our ability to deeply connect with another person is profoundly dependent on whether we can see, hear, understand, and accept the other, as well as be seen, heard, understood, and accepted in return. No matter how aligned our intentions are, if we are not able to communicate clearly, honestly, and authentically, or if our communication is not received without judgment and prejudice, we won't be able to become closer to another. Being a great communicator includes not just the skill to deliver a message effectively, but also the ability to recognize the kindness that is needed for it to be truly heard and received. Being truthful with another must start with being truthful with ourselves. That includes acknowledging and loving ourselves for all that we are, the light and attractive parts that are easy to love, as well as our darker and perhaps not so pretty parts that we would rather hide from others and even ourselves. Gemini energy there, right? Communication. Mercury rules that card. Yep. No matter how aligned our intentions are, if we are not able to communicate clearly, honestly, and authentically, we won't be able to become closer to another. Communication is key. Now, what I'm getting is for those who are ready to come forward to communicate their truth to the feminine, you two have been communicating a lot in the 5D. The telepathy between the two of you is very strong. Your feminine may have also been telling you messages about coming forward or giving you the courage, you know, the encouragement and inspiration to move forward. You know, that it's like getting the green light from the feminine, getting the green light from God. I mean, some of you have been given the green light from God to take action on this. And even though that the telepathy there has been very strong, God is telling you, divine masculine, it's now time to speak to you in speak in 3D, to communicate verbally. The truth here is what I'm hearing. So I'll read number 24, grace. Grace is simple elegance, easy and smooth movement, gentleness and sensitivity. In a religious context, grace refers to the love and benevolence that is received from God, often at unexpected times and seemingly undeserved. There is also an unmistakable flavor of beauty in grace, one that derives from a deep connection to self and source through wisdom and maturity. There is an increasing need for grace as our reality expands rapidly toward an all-inclusive and complex mixture of outer and inner realizations. Not only are our economic, educational, healthcare, and banking systems demanding a new approach, our science is increasingly merging into our spiritual belief system, forcing us to open our minds to an expanded model of the human being and its relation to the cosmos and God. Grace is needed now more than ever as we learn how to navigate through the falling away of old paradigms and the emerging of new ones. Paradigm shift right there. There's the word paradigm. The falling away of old paradigms and the emerging of new ones. If you don't know what grace is when God gives us something wonderful, even though we really shouldn't deserve it. And sometimes some of us think, maybe masculines, you're like, I'm not deserving of this amazing Queen of Wands. I'm not deserving of a deep soul connection, this passion, this like beautiful connection between two people, a divine connection, right? Some of you are thinking that you're not worthy of this, but God's like, you know what, divine masculine? I'm going to bless you with this anyway. And it goes for both masculine and feminine. Because I will be vulnerable with you guys here. I've done some dumb stuff in my life. And it's not just about me being chosen to be part of this type of connection here and to do the mission that I've been asked to do. It's that closeness with God that I have now. It's the miracles that I've been seeing on a daily basis. It's these epiphanies that I get. It's these blessings that God continues to give me regardless of the stupidity that I have done in my life, okay? But we all do stupid things. We all make mistakes, but God gives us grace. Even though he's like, well, Jess, you know what? You really jacked up on this twice or 3 times, but you know what? I'm going to give you this anyway. Right? Grace refers to the love and benevolence that is received from God, often at unexpected times and seemingly undeserved. If God gives us grace, we have the ability to give each other grace because why? We are all God within. If God can do that with us, we can do that with others. Because people will be like, well, this person doesn't deserve me or doesn't deserve this or doesn't deserve that. Who are you to say who deserves something and who doesn't? We have no right in determining who deserves what and who doesn't. We don't. And then when it comes to us, I know for me, I could be like, I'm not sure if I'm really deserving of this. Especially when you have done your work and God blesses you with harmonious sacred union and all the amazing unexpected things that come with it. Some of you guys are going to be like, how in the heck was I able to receive this? I can't believe God blessed me with all of these things, not just with harmonious sacred union, but with all the magnificent blessings and surprises that come with that. And some of you may feel a little guilty when that happens. Some of you may be in awe, be like, I cannot believe this because I really am not deserving of this. But you shouldn't think that. Why? Because of this. God gives us grace. That is how benevolent and forgiving and accepting God is of us, because that ties into unconditional love. It's part of what this whole journey really is about. That's why when we get closer to God, we start understanding all of these things about us, about our counterpart, and about the world in general. Let's see what else this full moon in Virgo is bringing to the Divine Masculine Collective. Yeah, I'm hearing there's a Divine Masculine here that still kind of thinks they don't deserve the feminine or the connection, both. If that's you, Divine Masculine, I don't even know how to say it. There's no need to think that way. Okay? Because of what I just said. To that Divine Masculine who's still kind of thinking they're undeserving because of how they treated the feminine or that and what happened in their life. Because there is somebody here who renounced God. Somebody was really close to God and then all this crap happened. Could be what happened in a relationship. There was a betrayal in a relationship because this story is about betrayal here between this guy and this person and this guy and that person. Anyway, somebody here was betrayed. They could have become atheists, could have renounced God, whatever. And God said, here, Divine Masculine, I'm going to give you this person anyway. I'm going to try to get you to see me, that I am benevolent, that I am forgiving, that I've given you grace. It doesn't matter what you've did. It doesn't matter that you walked away from me, that you abandoned me, but I never abandoned you. I never forsake you. Forsaken? I have never forsaken you. God never does that to us. You can be the worst person on the planet, and God is still going to give you grace. You just have to see that and accept this and get into alignment with that. Somebody needed to hear that. Look, Gemini energy, what was I saying? The answers you need are coming. The twins. Bottom of the deck is show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. Yep. Some of you masculines, you cannot hide your true selves anymore. It's time for you to come forward with the truth. Let's read full moon in Gemini. The card is a reminder that it's important to speak your truth, but remember that your words have consequences and impact your listener. Right now, you need to guard against indiscretion. The answers you need may well come soon. The issue you're facing could well be one or a few conversations away from being resolved. If you're inquiring about a love situation, a little flirting may be called for. If you're in the middle of an argument, this card comes to you as a reminder of the old, very non-Gemini message, least said, soonest mended. It's good to talk, but be careful you aren't causing yourself any issues with your words. Words have enormous power. As metaphysician Florence Scovel Shin said, your word is your wand. You create magic in your own reality every time you express yourself. Have an important conversation, but stay calm. Don't be superficial. Someone is trying to flirt with you, have you noticed? You need to laugh off the situation and just move on. Job applications have good prospects. Talk, and more talk as the emotional full moon moves into the communicative sign of Gemini. It's too easy to say too much, so mind how you go if you pull this card. This card can also indicate an enjoyable social event, since the full moon in Gemini is a great time for socializing. This card also augurs well for any study you're either taking or considering. So there could be like I don't know. Now that they said the event here, there's some romantic gesture, a romantic trip has been planned or something, and you're going to ask your feminine to go on this trip with you to talk about stuff. Because it says this card could indicate an enjoyable social event. So maybe you need to communicate that, or there's something about some event happening, some travel, because this does involve travel. Going somewhere to talk about a lot of things. The truth is going to come out with whatever this event is or situation. So let's look at the full moon in Aquarius. Show the world the real you. Okay. This card brings the message from the cosmos that you need to detach a little from whatever situation you're asking about. Someone might be keeping you at arm's length now, but it's no bad thing. It's important for you to allow life to unfold and progress, even if change seems like a frightening prospect. If you've been holding yourself back from showing the world the real you, this card reminds you that your unique characteristics are what make you special. In a relationship, are you being too aloof or detached? Go ahead and be yourself in whatever is coming up for you. Be aware of your feelings, but also be prepared to move on. Don't lose the beauty and romance of life. You are too much in your head. Get into your heart. A friend needs you. Be there for them. A situation is going to take a very unexpected turn. Every full moon is a time to release and let go, but the addition of Aquarian energy to the mix triples that message. Aquarius is the opposite of clingy, and pulling this card at any time suggests either you need to let go or someone is thinking they are the ones who need to let go, perhaps of you. What needs to go? What is the right thing to do? Whatever happens next could be highly unconventional or unexpected. Paradigm shift. There you have it. Look at that. Look what's at the top. Sensitivity and divine feminine. Being in tune with your sensitive side. Not being afraid to be sensitive here, masculines. This is so amazing. We have grace, freedom, and authenticity. See what's talking about speaking your truth. Be authentic, your authentic self. Show the world the real you. It's going to free you. The truth sets you free. The feminine's got this. They got this freedom card, but in the Earth Wisdom Oracle deck. See how this is all intertwining? I love this. All right, masculines. If you're interested in my Capella class of reintegrating the divine masculine, check the description box below. There is a direct link to that class. I will have one session on March 20th and another one on March 27th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find more information about what that class entails, and you can book it through the website or through the link that I put below. If you go to the website, capellawellness.com, it's underneath the coaching category of my Capella Wellness Service Suite, all right? When you book it, you will get a link to the Zoom session, so that save that email, click on that link, and you'll be taken right to the location of when I'm going to host the event. All right, if you have any questions at all about that class or anything at all, send me an email. My email's in the description box. If you go to capellawellness.com, you can find many other ways to get in contact with me there. All right, if you have any questions about this reading, or if you want your own light counterpart reading, it's the same as the twin flame stuff, but they want me to call it light counterpart. My light counterpart readings to see what's going on in your connection is underneath the light counterpart readings category of the Capella Service Suite. Okay? All right, Divine Masculines, that concludes your weekly reading. Thank you so very much for watching this video. Throat chakra. Now I lost my train of thought. Excuse me. Yeah, somebody's got to speak their truth. For subscribing to this channel, for illuminating the thumbs up button, I would greatly appreciate it. I wish you the best today and always. I send you so much love, and I hope I illuminated your well-being today. Again, this is Jess from Capella Wellness, starring out.